This is a 2007 Honda Civic SI Sedan, as you can see, and I picked this thing up yesterday. Got it, you know, like right around NADA value price, a little bit lower, but yeah. So there is some issues going on with it, and I want to just go over that real quick. And yeah, so whenever I went and looked at it, I mean, you may notice there's a little trim piece missing there on the window, and then it's broken on the inside on this side also. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Yeah, so there was an issue that I had noticed whenever I was test driving it. The brakes felt weird to me, and there's good reason why. But I'll get into that in a second. Anyway, I test drove it. There was no lights on the dash or anything like that. And yeah, so after I test drove it, I was like, all right, I'm just going to look up the parts that I know it needs, which it needs new front struts, new rear struts, for sure, 100%. They are bad. But anyway, yeah, the struts are pretty freaking bad on this thing. My phone was overheating there for some reason. But struts, for sure, it does need. It's gonna be around $500 to get the struts done on this thing. Doing them myself. Back struts only about 50 bucks a piece. These are about $130 a piece. 260, 460. So yeah, after taxes, it's gonna be about 500 bucks. And yeah, so I got it a little bit cheaper than what the NADA value was. And I've been looking for one of these for quite a while and couldn't find one at a decent price. I drove it, there was no lights on the dash, you know, nothing like that, but the brakes did feel weird to me. And I talked to the kid, I said, hey, let me go think about it for a minute. And I went and looked up the parts for the struts, the prices for the struts and everything. And I was, you know, kind of just trying to decide if it was worth me getting for the price I was getting it at and having to do the struts costing, you know, like $500 to do. And then after I'd gotten back, so anyway, hooked up my OBD2 scanner, and my OBD2 scanner has an ABS feature on it, so it will show me any ABS codes that are going on with it. It also has OEM advanced OBD readouts, so I can check for pretty much anything that I need to with that scanner. But anyway, ran the ABS scan on it, and it did pop back with a 65-01 code, which there's about 7 different things, which actually there's about 5 different things, but they're kind of listed differently for that code. So one of them was the right rear initiator circuit open. One of them was EPS something. Another one was the control module for the ABS. Another one, which it had 2 for this one, was low brake level fluid, and another one that it had 2 for of the same thing was the right rear initiator circuit open. But anyway, I looked at the brake level or brake fluid level, and it was good. I looked over the car, pretty good, I thought anyway, but apparently not, because which, like I said, you could feel the brakes. They felt a little bit spongy to me, so I had a feeling that there was something going on, but I didn't look at the price of the caliper yet. But that's what's wrong with it. So I jacked up the side, started looking around, didn't see anything, so I immediately just looked over from over here, and you can't see it because my light won't work right now, because my phone's gonna overheat if I use it. Where the frick did I put my flashlight? I'm gonna be taking this brake caliper off, swapping it out for the new one. I have a new one over here. Crap, I forgot to get, I was gonna get some VHT caliper or high temp paint to paint this one red. I totally forgot about it. I got it all kinds of greased up anyway, and I think I'm running low on my brake clean, so whatever. But check this thing out, make sure it's the right one. It looks like it. Yep. Okay. Set. Yeah, so that right there is a gasket or seal that went bad on the last one. And yep, just gonna go ahead and jump into time lapse and get this over with, because I just wanted to see you in a bit. I don't know why I did that like I was doing an outro, but I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so guess I'm not using this ratchet anymore. I lost one of the little check balls or whatever you want to call that. It's spring loaded on the back side of this thing here. And it probably rolled down there into the freaking drain. I found one of them, but I'm not even gonna attempt to look for the other. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to move down to the 3/8 ratchet here, I guess. I went ahead and bled the brakes. Caliper is good to go. Got the e-brake cable back on there. There was no problems really, aside from the fact that I forgot to get that detent down there out of the housing for the e-brake cable, and I had to remount the caliper real quick so I could give it a good smack and get that cable detent out of that bracket that holds it. And yeah, aside from that, no major problems. But I will at some point need to do rotors and pads on the front for sure. Rotors on the back do have a little bit of a lip on them on the outside edge where the pads don't make contact, so those will definitely need to be done at some point in time as well. But until then, definitely going to be doing these here soon, because they are warped in the front and you get a while you press on the brake pedal. Check out this real quick. You can actually hear the strut leaking and see the struts leaking. Look at all that buildup on these things. They're probably the stock units. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised as much buildup as there is on those, but anyway, that's pretty much it for this SI in this video. This SI, I have made some progress on it. Haven't really been doing much as far as videos go. This is my very first time ever doing a metal patch in a body, and I'm trying to do it right, or at least as right as I can do it with what I have. And you can see down there I've got that lip as lined up as I can get it anyway. All of this was done by hand, I should also say. And then this part right here I'm going to be redoing. I'm going to cut this little section out, and I've already got a piece made to go in there. I'm not going to replicate the lip right here or right here, just because it's not necessary. Yeah, like I said, this is my very first time doing anything like this, body panel repair, and I don't want to spot weld all the way across this thing, and same down there, just because the mil spec flash rusting that occurs with welding, I can't get to the back side of this quarter panel in any way, shape, or form. So that's not going to happen, and I'll have to just use some panel bond or something to that effect to completely close off this patching. And right here there's a pretty big gap that I will go ahead and spot weld that in there. But yeah, this is getting pretty close to being done for this quarter panel patch here. And yeah, that's about it. So critique me if you want. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing a body panel patch like that, and it was all done by hand, no special tools aside from that body hammer there. And I've got one of these angle blow things here, which I didn't even use, but that's pretty much all I have as far as bodywork stuff goes. And yeah, that's it for that SI. This SI back here, hiding in the back. My brother is coming home here soon, and he does have some stuff over there in that box from White Line Performance, I think it is, that will be going on to this brand new SI back here. But yeah, freaking crazy. We got 3 generations of SIs in the shop. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode. I keep rambling on, making this video longer than it needs to be, so I will talk to you all in the next one. Peace.